Disney stands for values that are universal: respect, decency, integrity, and inclusion, and we seek to have the content that we make reflective of the rich diversity of the world we live in, says this idiot here, Bob Chapek.
No, 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 no.
Disney had their annual shareholders meeting last Tuesday, and in that meeting there was a session of Q&A, and in it there was a particular stockholder who asked a question in the following fashion, quote, "It's clear that there is a new blacklist punishing conservatives in the entertainment industry. Disney Plus actors Pedro Pascal and Gina Carano tweeted similar analogies of current political events to Nazi Germany. Yet, only Carano, who is considered a conservative, was fired from The Mandalorian regarding Disney and a blacklist. This is the way?" End quote. To which, of course, Chapek seemed to be unprepared to answer, because it was going out of the narrative, even though it was expected. And if I had had a meeting with some people that I had to answer to, and of course they were going to ask this, I would have prepared myself for it, but Chapek just evaded the question and didn't really answer it at all. The vague response was just, quote, "I don't see really Disney as characterizing itself as left-leaning or right-leaning, yet instead standing for values that are universal, values of respect, values of decency, values of integrity, and values of inclusion. And we seek to have not only how we operate, but the content that we make reflective of the rich diversity of the world we live. And I think that's a world we all should live in harmony and peace," end quote. You mean the same values that you Disney people used to shrink John Boyega in the Force Awakens poster that was released in China because China racist and you care more about their money than your values? Those values of integrity, of diversity and integration of everyone? A world of harmony and peace that you boast that you want to achieve? Or maybe you're talking about those values of respect that are held quite well by Christina Ariel, labeling and categorizing every single white person as racist simply because they either disagree with her or because they are white and she's an utter racist against white people. Or perhaps we are talking about those values that Pedro Pascal clearly depicts in every single tweet in which he is comparing half the American population to Nazis for the sake of it, just because they voted for someone everyone dislikes. Or maybe we are talking about how diverse you were when you didn't not only side with one person that was being harassed and bullied by the mob in Gina Carano, but also you fired her for having the wrong opinions and for using her voice to speak her mind. Or perhaps, and we are doubling down here on China, you are trying to tell us that the values that you so much care about are those values in which you thank the Chinese government for letting you shoot your crappy Mulan remake near a concentration camp in Uyghur. Let's be honest for a minute here. You don't have any values. The only thing that you care about is money. And in reality, money is the only thing that you are looking for in people. Sadly enough, you are getting money, and that's why you keep on doing the same old crap that you are doing every single time, like the crappy evil corporation that you are. This, of course, means as well that the message is very clear. You don't care about following any agendas or following any diversity unless it gives you money. Now, maybe you are receiving money, but the reality is that all those people that are out there tweeting like maniacs, ranting and raving because they have their panties in a twist over something that they want to cancel because they think that it is offensive to them, those are the minority. But make no mistake, people inside the fandom menace, those fans that are hardcore fans consuming everything, and that they are angry at Lucasfilm and want to cancel it and cancel Disney Plus, and they don't want to have anything to do with The Mandalorian. Those people are the same people that are going to come back when they see the new Kenobi trailer, and they are going to subscribe back to the crappy service that Disney Plus offers. They are going to go back as soon as they see the new Ahsoka Tano TV series. They are going to come back as soon as they give them crumbs, because that's everything that they do. They only give you crumbs, and you thank them like the good little soldiers that you are, but you don't even know that you are. Now, make no mistake, those that really and genuinely want to cancel Disney for their abhorrent behavior, they are the minority as well. Not only the Twitter mob that are against them, also they themselves are the minority. We, you and I, those of us who really want to destroy this thing, or not really destroy, but rather want to have nothing to do with it, that we are the minority. Normies is where the money is at. So, is all lost? Is there no hope? As long as normies consume Disney and all those companies that are bent on cancelling and destroying everything, they're going to be fine, right? Wrong! You see, who makes the biggest, the greatest purchases? Who consumes all of the merchandise that is out there? Who buys the toys? Who buys the backpacks, the clothing? It is not normies, certainly. It is the fan, the hardcore fan. That one that loves Star Wars, that really enjoys Star Wars. And if you are one of those and you disagree with the policies and the way that Disney is operating, and Lucasfilm as well, then you have the power. Because if you stop consuming, they of course are going to get the message. Sure enough, they make money out of the TV shows and the movies as well. But your voice is louder when you consume their merchandise, the side products. If you don't, then you leave them with no other choice. Now, also, I believe that some shareholders might be into that very same thinking, considering that there was a question also during the Q&A for Chapek regarding Kathleen Kennedy and her position in the future in Lucasfilm, when he asked the following, quote, "Are you guys looking at firing Kathleen Kennedy or asking her to resign and promote somebody like Filoni or Favreau or both to the co-counsel?" End quote. Chapek responded, quote, "We've been absolutely thrilled that we can have the kind of creative talent in our company, the likes of Kathy Kennedy running Lucas, and we look forward to having Kathy directing the activities of the entire Lucasfilm organization for many years to come." End quote. There goes your civil war, you idiots. Of course there is no civil war. What were you expecting? Now, this was a shareholders meeting. Of course, he's not going to expose Kathleen Kennedy, because that will mean that things are not going right. Of course, they are not going to criticize her, but it is evident that they are not planning to get rid of her. And that is evident to anyone that has eyes to see and is thinking straight. Why? Well, simply put, because The Mandalorian was successful, of course. That's why. I mean, have you even taken time to watch the credits? Kathleen Kennedy is the executive producer to this thing. Of course she was going to get her job back and her job safe and secure. I mean, this thing was evident to anyone who was really watching. So, make no mistake, the success that The Mandalorian garnered saved Kathleen Kennedy's arse into the big chair over at Lucasfilm. And of course, because of that, she's going to be there at least for some time yet to come. So I can understand that Chapek didn't say, yeah, we're going to fire her because it was a shareholders meeting and they have to keep, the impressions going. But at the same time, I hardly doubt that there is going to be any firing in the near future. At least not for now, and I don't really think that that is going to be even before this year ends. We are stuck with Kathleen Kennedy, or rather, you are, because I'm out. I don't want to have anything to do with Lucasfilm, or with Star Wars for that matter, or with Disney for that matter, because I simply can't stand their hypocrisy. Remember that you have the power. So make your voice be heard, and let them know that you disagree with what they have in mind with Lucasfilm, with Disney, Star Wars, with your favorite properties. You have the final say in this matter.